talking about becoming a growth leader, I'm talking about you having an impact on the world through your business, because the public expects, I expect, you should expect as well. Often we don't ask ourselves the right questions. If we don't ask ourselves the right questions, we're not going to come up with the answers. And the answers are out there, it's available to us, but you've got to start by asking yourself the question, what's my stance in the world? What impact can I have? Because it's enormous. It's enormous, the impact you can have. We're talking about a global economy. We're talking about global resources. You have an impact on that. So what's your view? What bit are you going to control? So this is some research from Ashbridge, and I'm not going to read it out, but effectively I've highlighted social and environmental responsibility. Social environmental responsibility. These are the top 100 companies that they asked in this research, and what they felt was really important for businesses to really get their heads around. 82% thought it was important for senior leaders in their organisation to understand the risks and the opportunities. The risks and the opportunities of environmental and social trends. Environmental and social trends. Now just think, the environmental and social, how does that impact your business today? And then how is that going to change in the future? People resources. You know, when you're thinking about business, it's people to people. When you're thinking about technology, it's still people. You're having an impact on those people. If you think about all of the social change and the issues now, that's impacting your business. So you need to have a view on it. I didn't really want to kind of come up here and just talk about, you know, the usual behaviours that you should adopt, because you're already successful. You're already business leaders. You're already, you know, running global companies, well, you will be. You know, you're growing your business. You're doing that already. You know, I could only really give you the 10%. I really wanted you to think about what you can do, the impact that you can have, and what you can do differently. Peter Drucker, you know, I'm a real fan of his. But there are a lot of business leaders, there are a lot of people that are starting to think about trust and starting to think of the impact they can have on the world, and really becoming socially conscious about what's important. So what impact can you have? So becoming a growth leader is really about knowing yourself. What can you do that no one else can do in the way that you do it? We're all unique and different. You know, I know myself, but I don't know you. And I don't know you, but you do. You know that you've got something unique and different. You know what you can offer the world. So it's really about knowing thyself first. And then, you know, doing the right thing. This is what Prince Charles was saying. You've got to do the right thing. Because we're not going to have anything to do the right thing with in 20 years' time unless we start to get it right now. So what can you do in your business? You know, how can you make your employees happy? How can you do a better job? How can you, you know, whatever it might be, but start to think about what that thing is. Really start to think about the impact that you can have, and you really can have a massive impact. Start to think about what you can do as a growth leader. Build trust through integrity. You know, happiness and integrity is one of those things that's contagious. You know, you give it to one person, you know, you smile and someone else smiles back at you. It's contagious. So think about, you know, how you can build trust, how you can develop the relationships that you have, what you need to give. Because what you give, you get back tenfold. And I'm sure you've already experienced this. Creating shared value, I talked a bit, you know, it's, you know, when we're talking about value, growth is adding value. But value isn't just money, it's so much more than that. There's so much more than that that is sustainable and lasting. It's not, you know, how much money can you take with you? You know, you can't take it with you. But what you can take with you is the happiness, the joy, the impact that you've had on the world. You know, that's what people really remember. So what can you do as growth leaders What impact can you have? The relationship ratio. You know, leadership isn't about you. It's about you enabling other people. Leadership is measured in the relationships you have, the quality of the relationships that you have. Whether it's someone that's across the table that you're placing, or whether it's someone at the same side of the table. That's what true leadership is. It's about the relationships you have, not only with yourself, but with the world as well. And seek diversity. Challenge yourselves. So you've really got to seek out the people that are unique and different, because you're unique and different, so you want more of those. You know, you've really got to embrace the melting pot that is this global economy, because these are the people that keep you open. These are the people that challenge you. That's what you want out of your businesses. But it's your responsibility as leaders to make sure that happens, to open up that conversation, to not let it offend your ego. So becoming a growth leader isn't just about, heart, head, and all of those kind of strategies. Becoming a growth leader is thinking about what your place is in the world, what your impact is, who you can influence, positively influence to do better, because you're a leader, you're bringing up everyone else, like you're growing the company, like you're nurturing a child. That's what your role is. So ask yourself, what can you do differently?